Hello, I am Victoria Zeed and I am coming to you from the Vesta Approach in Manchester, UK. Every week I run this 10 at 11 session, and this is a 10-minute-ish session on a topic related to addiction and family recovery to help any families who are living with a loved one's addiction. And also, if any professionals want to listen in as well, that is absolutely fine. So I do this, I help my clients by teaching them effective strategies to cope through my online one-to-one and group work programs, and I can help you too if you are in this situation. So first of all, before we start, I just want to show you this because I've put a freebie together for you which contains my top 10 tips, some really useful organisations. It is UK basis, but get it anyway if you're outside the UK, and a handy checklist as well that you can check off when you try things. So please go and have a look at that. Grab it at vestaapproach.co.uk/freebie. That is absolutely for you. So what are we talking about today then? What I wanted to talk about is why you don't need any more evidence that your loved one has a problem. So people come to me and they come to me for help for all sorts of reasons, whether it's an adult child, a child, a partner, another family member, whoever that is, who they might have recently or might have known for a very long time that they have a problem with alcohol or drug use, and the things that they are trying to do to help are just not working. And why would they work? Because you are a family member, you are a friend, you are a partner, you are not trained to do this work. So therefore, please do not beat yourself up when your strategies are not working, okay? I've worked doing this type of work for 20 years, and that's why I am here trying to teach you some of these things as well to help you out. So please let me know in the comments if you're watching. I will come in and reply to any questions and comments. And if you don't feel comfortable to do that for whatever reason, you can drop me a DM on any of the social platforms that you're watching this on. So, number one, let's get to it. If your loved one's alcohol or drug use is having an impact on them and or anyone around them, then they have a problem. So let's say that again. If your loved one's alcohol or drug use is having an impact, a negative impact on you or them or anyone else around you, then they have a problem. That's all you need to know. You do not have to focus on whether they are an addict. That is not relevant. If you're reading this, if you are watching this, then chances are that you are being affected by their alcohol or drug use. So stop trying to find any more evidence. You do not need it. It is a waste of your time. I have worked with so many people that have come to me. They've literally become detectives in their own homes. They are checking rooms, checking up to see if their loved one is where they say they are, losing the absolute SHIT when they are not where they are supposed to be, checking pockets, controlling money, giving lifts to and from work, getting their wages paid into account. This stuff makes no difference to your loved one's use and zero benefit to your life. So you don't need to worry. All you need to ask yourself is my loved one's alcohol or drug use causing me or them problems? If yes, then you need help. You don't need any more evidence. If your loved one was in recovery or getting better, you would know about it. A lot of people who are in recovery or who are getting well, they talk about it all the time. Look on social platforms. A lot of my colleagues are people who are in recovery. They are shouting it from the rooftops, Not everyone's like that. So don't worry if your loved one is in recovery and they're not wanting to talk about it all the time, but they would let you know about it, right? So that's the first thing. The second thing is you already know they have a problem. Okay? You already know. You don't need to do any more searching. You don't need to do breathalyzers. You don't need to call the friends to check up on them. You don't need to shout. You don't need to wait and see if they change. Obviously, with that one, you've probably been through that process time and time again. You know the signs, you know something is wrong, and trust your judgment. And that, I ask my clients this question: how long has your loved one had a problem with alcohol or drugs? And I ask this on a form that I send out for my free and friendly chats that I offer to people who want possibly to get my help. So how long has your loved one had a problem with alcohol or drugs? Every single one of them answers that question without an issue. So they all know that their loved one has had a problem for X amount of years. Some of them will say, oh, we used to go out drinking together, we used to go out partying together, taking drugs, whatever, or they started drinking when they were 14 and it wasn't a problem till they were 18. They can even pinpoint the times when they could see it was problematic. So you already know it's a problem. What I can also say here, because it's really relevant, is that people who use substances, they lie. They lie probably through the back teeth. And I can say this because I work with an awful lot of people who are in recovery from alcohol and drug use. So I've helped people who've got in recovery as well myself. I've been doing this work. I've been helping individuals and families for 2 decades. So I've helped a lot of people. Sadly, what the lies do, it makes the people around them doubt themselves. So if you accept the fact that your loved one's going to lie, because they're going to do anything to get their substance, and that, don't worry about whether they're an addict or not. We don't even use that terminology anymore. Anyway, it's substance use disorder, right? So just accept that fact. Stop looking and trust yourself, because then you can just let this go and focus your energy on the things that you're in control of, which is you and your home and how you want to live your life. And by doing that, inadvertently, you're going to have the best chance possible of getting your loved one to change. And number 3, if you still don't believe me, you can have a look at the DSM-5 criteria for substance use. Now, I had this on my phone. Just bear with me a sec. I'm going to go through it with you. I wonder if I can just show this on the screen. Bear with me one sec. Hang on. Right, let's share this with you. Okay. Here's the criteria. So I like this article from Very Well Minded. I go back to it quite a lot because it explains it really simply. There's some reading to do there, so go and have a look at it. But it says that substance use disorders span a wide variety of problems arising from substance use. So this criteria is taken from the DSM-5, which is criteria that medical professionals, psychiatrists, people like that will look at to diagnose someone with a substance use disorder. So there's 11 criteria. Have a look here. Taking the substances in larger amounts or for longer than you meant to. Wanting to cut down or stop using the substance but not managing. Spending a lot of time getting, using or recovering from the use of substances, cravings and urges to use, not managing what they should do at work, home or school, continuing to use even when it causes problems in relationships, giving up important social, occupational or recreational activities because of substance use, using substances again and again even when it puts them in danger, continuing to use even when they know they have a physical or psychological problem that could have been caused or made worse by the substance, needing more of the substance to get the effect they want, because people's tolerance increases. So therefore, the amount of substances they're taking increases because they want to get the same effect. and then any development of withdrawal symptoms, which are relieved by taking more of the substance. So it says down at the bottom, 2 or 3 symptoms indicate a mild substance use disorder, and 4 or 5 indicate a moderate substance use disorder. 6 or more indicate a severe substance use disorder. So I'm just going to stop sharing that, but I will post that article below the session. So yeah, that is the criteria. I didn't want, it's not necessarily important that, and I don't want you to self-diagnose, but I do go through that with my clients in my programs, my one-to-ones and my group, because I think it's really important for people to understand what we're talking about when we talk about substance use disorder. And I imagine that you recognize quite a few of these in your loved one. But so use that information, use these tools that I'm teaching you to get a step ahead of the substance, because the substance is trying to get the power. Your loved one is unfortunately the alcohol or the drug is trying to regain the power over your loved one, but your loved one has the power to be able to stop it. Otherwise, people like me wouldn't have been working in this field of work for decades to try and help people to change, and people do recover every day. But if your loved one isn't willing to get the help, or they are getting the help even, and you need the help yourself, then reach out, because you're not powerless in this. You're powerful in being able to live your life, in being able to influence a change in the environment, and having the best chance possible of motivating your loved one to accept the help they need. So stop wasting your precious energy looking for more evidence. Remember, let's just recap. If your loved one's drug and alcohol use is having an impact on you or them, then it's a problem. You don't need to find any more evidence. You already know they have a problem. And if you don't believe me, have a look at that DSM-5 criteria and leave it there. Stop trying to look for evidence and go and do something about it. Go and get some help. Message me. We can book in a friendly chat. Okay, so any comments, thoughts, feelings, or reflections, drop them in. Or if you don't feel comfortable to do that, then obviously you can drop me a message or an email at victoria@vestaapproach.co.uk. I'll see you next week.